I am the rhythm. This is my dance floor. Let's get into it. Welcome to Travel+Mystery, and I am your host, Justin Adair. It is time for our Pokemon card of the day. Dun 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 dun. Said let there be light. Lycanroc. I like that he's red. The other ones that I have, he is not red, but this is the card of the day. I think the wolf vibe. I think he's my favorite stone energy Pokemon. 3 of these, so I have this one. This one. In Rockruff. Rockruff. Look at that little Rockruff. Ruff, ruff. On today's creator shout out, I wanted to shout out a bear. Oh my. He usually makes some fun, flirty thirst traps. I've seen him on a live, but he doesn't usually go live solo. He goes live with other people, and he for the party, starts the conversation, gets it going. So today's creator shout out is Sean James. He is fluffy and bear-like. He's hilarious, he's charismatic, and he's from the Midwest. And he's part of the LGBTQ plus community, so big shout out there. Sean Miffin James 6. If you're following him, or if you were not following him, go ahead and check out his page. Especially if you like a good bear thirst trap, you won't be disappointed. Today's top 5 list for the music break is the hidden gems. The music that isn't really super popular, but if you give it a listen, you might fall in love with it. It might change your life. You never know. So here is my top 5 hidden gems list. Let's get into it. Number 5, Shadow Boxer, Fiona Apple. Fiona, I don't really know if Fiona Apple is talked about or really anyone listens to her, or but she had her time, she had her place. Shadow Boxer is number 5 because it's not a song that I listen to a lot, but when I listen to it, it relaxes me, and it's just she's not my go-to artist by any means, but the song itself is a song that I will listen to from her. A little different, little crazy, little fun, little Fiona. Number 5. Now, number 4, I don't believe she won X Factor. She was on X Factor UK, and she came out with some hits. She has a few. A lot of people, American consumers, I like to think, don't listen to the UK artists because they're so a lot of people from America are dumb, and they're like, UK, this is America. But they don't realize how America became America to begin with, because they want to burn the history books. Anyways, my number 4 is Cher Lloyd with Your Love. This is fun. This is definitely pop. She's gritty. She comes off a little scrappy, but her artistry, she started when she was younger, and I think that's kind of the image that she holds. But really, if you listen to her in interviews or anything like that, she's actually really sweet. I got introduced to her with Your Love. And I was like, wait, who's this? And then I went down the Cher Lloyd rabbit hole and saw that she was on X Factor and watched her auditions. But yeah, if you're a good pop, if you're a pop girly or a pop fan or whatnot or what have you, I definitely recommend With Your Love. My number three is another X Factor contestant. Now, I know for a fact that she did not win, but she definitely blew everyone away with her storytelling. She played guitar. This is Lucy Spraggan. I listen to her still. She had a song, an original song called Beer Fear. And I fell in love with the song itself. It was catchy, it was original, it was unique, it was fresh. And she also sang another original song in the show called Tea and Toast. Tea and Toast is a storytelling song. It is a song that I had played on my phone, walked away, and coworkers at the time were listening to the song and they were like, oh my God, this song is amazing. So it definitely, it hits you. It's a storytelling and it gets you right in the right, it gets you in the feels. It's a beautiful story about a family dynamic, about growing up, about generations. It's really well written. Lucy's music is usually very inspiring. And if you're an acoustic girly, you love the sound of guitar, you know, she plays the guitar. Her music has definitely evolved as she has as an artist, and she's someone that I still definitely support all the way and always will. She isn't talked about. She isn't, you know, in the US. Like, she doesn't have any big hits in the US, but she's an artist through and through. My number two hidden gem is What's So Bad About Feeling Good. I was at the public library in 2010, 2011. I was a junior, senior in high school, around there. And I like digging through vintage things. And, you know, CDs were still, when I was in high school, still kind of a thing. It was like mixed CDs, but I was still a CD fool. The album came out in 2009, and I found it around there, like I said, 2010. I got the CD, went home, and it completely changed my life. What's About Feeling Good is the first song on this album, and it's dun 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 dun. Little weird instruments. It's upbeat. I remember playing it for my family, and everybody was dancing at the time. It just was like that feel good. And honestly, it's the album itself is very woke, spiritual. It's very alert, awake. And I, before that was even trending, that's really, you know, what spoke to me as a person. So if you are a little down, need a little honesty, need a little truth, I would give this full album a listen. The album is called The Rebirth of Venus. Ben Lee. He has other albums, but this is my favorite album from his, and my favorite song that's a hidden gem is What's So Bad About Feeling Good. Honorable mention for my hidden gems. This song was on a soundtrack because I spent 7 years watching that damn show, Pretty Little Liars. I was obsessed because it was mystery. And ultimately, the show, at least on the television show that was performed on ABC Family and then later became something else, is about friendship. Okay, the show is about friendship. Yada yada yada. The earliest it appeared was season 2, maybe even season 1. It's not on any streaming platforms. It's on YouTube, and that's how I found it. It's called Suggestions by Aurelia Has Orchestra. Aurelia. One of those vocalists that you're like, why doesn't she make more music? My number one hidden gem was also on a television show. And that television show was Buffy. And I know for a fact it was on season 2. And Xander and Buffy were dancing together. So this was like early on. And the band that was playing at the Bronze was singing a little ditty called My Number One Hidden Gem Sugar Water. Sugar Water started out more like a chant. It was spoken words, but the vibe is vibey, and it definitely is just got that feel. If you like hidden gems, what I like to call hidden gems, a little weird, little out there, a little vibey, not popular, not on the top 10 hit list, pop list, pop, pop, pop. Sugar Water, number one. It starts out chanting and then it ends up into this really angelic tone. The band just, it's very 90s, but it's just different. So if you like music that you don't hear all the time on the radio and you want something different, check out my top 5 list. Check out these songs. But yeah, that's my top 5 hidden gems. There it is.
Clock is ticking, can't slow down. Feet are moving on the ground. Heartbeat sings with every beat. Dancing shoes fall at my feet.
Love's is our favorite travel stop. It is our second home. It's the one that we go to. I say it time and time again. Love's is our favorite travel stop. So, with that being said, we ran into some controversy. You can love Dollar General and you travel to a different Dollar General, say another one that's not in your hometown, and it's not as clean, or you're in a different state, so the people are different. You run into that, but that doesn't mean one store should define the company overall. I am from Indiana. I am no longer consider myself a Hoosier. I've moved past that. We were in Indiana and there was a Trump written there was Trump was name was written on the telephone pole. We walk in. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the people. I didn't see one single person of color working on the staff. I decided not to take a shower there because no, multiple times. My partner has given his points for another driver to get a shower. He has done it at Love's more than once. And we were on our way out of that Love's, of that area, and in Indiana, and there was a driver who asked if we could give them a shower. And we said, yeah. So I went in and I said, hey, I would like a shower, please. The worker said, well, the shower's not working right now, or the receipt's not working. The receipt's not printing out. It'll be a minute. Okay, this is not for me, it's for him. Well, we can't let you use your points for another driver. Why not? It's our policy. Is it your policy or is it Love's policy? Because I've done this before. Oh, it's Love's policy. Yeah. As he's nervously moving around and playing with the keyboard and, getting up the courage to basically say, no, I'm not doing this, after lying to me about the receipt paper not working. So in my head, I automatically went, racist. The other trucker looked at me and he said, thank you, man. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, I appreciate it for trying. And I can't help but to think that the Love's worker didn't want to give me the shower because the trucker was a man of color. We are in the middle of Indiana. I know what it's like. I was a little fuming about that. It was a little upsetting that another truck driver just wanted to wash his tail and was denied for policy. So I called Love's customer service, and I told him what happened, and he said, well, that's not our policy. And I've also mentioned that we've done this before, that we've let other truck drivers use our card, use our points to take a shower. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, that shouldn't have happened. We'll inform the store, you know. And I called customer service like 10-15 minutes after this happened, after this incident. Because he was like, what date did this happen? And I was like, just now. It happened just now. And I want to inform you this is happening. It's in other states. We are in the position that we're in, doing the best that we can. But I think it's important to talk about it. I think it's important to be vocal about it. And I think it's important to make it uncomfortable for people like this. What I mean is that the worker didn't even, like, later on my partner was like, well, we will be calling customer care. We will be calling customer service for this. We're going to contact corporate. And he was like, for what? After the incident that just happened. And see, he's just so ignorantly, he's just so blissfully. My camera cut off. I'm having some memory storage issues, but I was saying he's blissfully racist. So, yeah, we called, we complained, we did what we could with our power and what was in our control to be like, hey, this isn't okay. Generation Z. Gen Z, roughly born 1997 to 2012. They're the first generation that mostly doesn't remember life before smartphones, YouTube, and social media. They grew up during constant crisis. They blur subcultures together. Older generations often had stricter labels: emo, goth, jock, etc. Gen Z mixes aesthetics constantly. Nostalgia hit them unusually early. A lot of Gen Z became nostalgic for 2000s and early 2010s. Music discovery changed completely. Instead of albums first, many Gen Z listeners discover songs through clips, edits, memes, or playlists. Mental health became mainstream. Gen Z normalized talking openly about anxiety, therapy, boundaries, burnout, trauma. They revived older media. They care more about authenticity than polish. The internet humor became surreal. Gen Z meme culture leans absurd, layered, ironic, and chaotic. Genre lines disappeared. Artists can mix rap, emo, indie, hyperpop on one album, and Gen Z barely blinks. And honestly, one of the biggest Gen Z traits is this weird mix of irony, sincerity, exhaustion, and creativity. They joke constantly, but underneath it, there's usually real emotion. Hey, thank you for watching this episode of Travel+Mystery. I appreciate you being here. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Do what you can, because we do what we can with what we got. All right, I'll see you next time.